Hi there, sweethearts, and welcome to our channel, Ina Rabino de Hilig. And if you are not subscribed yet, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, click the notification bell for more updates on our newest videos. We know that we are still experiencing pandemic, and because it made us realize so many things like how to prioritize things. So we needed to set aside traveling, we needed to set aside shopping and buying stuff that are not necessary or important. But there is one thing that is really important that we cannot just set aside, and that is education. So I'm bringing to you a very special guest who can really talk about education and how important it is, especially if you have kids who are going to college. And so I'm going to introduce to you the president of Cerritos College, Dr. Jose Fierro.
Good afternoon. Hi, Ina. Thank you for inviting me. Glad to be here today and talk to you a little bit about education, what we have been doing during the pandemic. And thank you to all of your viewers for tuning in. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're so happy that you agreed to be interviewed because I know, like, I am a parent and I have a kid. I never realized that my son is actually growing up. And then he's mentioning about going to high school, and I'm like, how old are you now? Mom, I'm 14. I'm going to high school next school year. And I was like, oh, okay, so probably we need to also check out some, colleges and universities. So I was like panicking already because I know Dr. Fierro, 4 years is so quick, right?
The time goes by really quickly. So 4 years go back before you know it. So it is very important for you to have those conversations early on with your kids and start selecting a place where they want to go to school and start preparing to be able to meet the demands of
Anyway, before we go any further, Dr. Fierro, can I ask first? Because I remember I was at the event when you were introduced as the new president for Cerritos College, and that was 2015. In 2015, right? 6 years
Yes,
now.
nearly 6 years ago. Yes, in 2015, I became the president of Cerritos College, and I do remember meeting you there for the first time, and subsequently in some other community events that we have crossed paths. Before I came to Cerritos College, I was a vice president of academic affairs and chief academic officer at Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And prior to that, I worked in Florida in a couple of colleges, Florida State College and Valencia College. So I have worked now in 3 different states.
Yeah, I heard you like Florida and the Wyoming, and then here in Los Angeles, like we have a crazy weather here. And knowing Wyoming and Florida, they also have extreme weather conditions. Why did you decide to leave those states and then come here and join Cerritos College?
Um, I wanted to obviously do something different, and I was one of my goals was to become a college president, which now I am. So I feel very fortunate to have been able to do that. But why Cerritos College? Mostly because of the community that Cerritos College serves. Once I came to visit the college and visit the area and had the opportunity to speak with some of the students and community members, I felt a connection. They called my attention, and I decided the Cerritos College could be a good place for me to continue my professional career. So I decided to apply, and I was fortunate enough to be able to be selected for the position. But I think that there is a lot of need in the community for the college to be open to everyone and to show there is one representation, and two, there is really good opportunities by attending college and being able to transfer them to your decide academic institution or enter the workforce. So I have a connection with the community. As an immigrant myself, I feel connected to many of the families in our communities that are immigrants. Or there are some of our cities that are composed mainly of immigrants, either first, second generation. So as an immigrant myself, I feel connected to them, and I feel that I understand what they're looking for, and that I can communicate effectively with them.
I think, yeah, I thank you so much for saying that, Dr. Fiar, because I think it is very important to be welcomed in a place where it's, something new to you. And I see there's diversity, and that's, good about the place or the community, right?
One of the biggest strengths of the college and the communities is diversity. I'm always impressed with the diversity that exists in our communities and the level of collaboration that we see between the different groups, whether they are community events supporting or Asian community or Latino community. It's always great to see the interaction between all the groups. So I feel the diversity is a big component of who we are and our strength. And I think if we can continue to collaborate and get together and move in one direction with common goals, we should be able to do very well, particularly presenting a good example of behavior, community collaboration, civic engagement to the younger generation.
Cerritos College is considered a community college, right? How is it categorized as a community college? Just for, everyone who doesn't really have, an idea or knowledge about it.
Yeah, so Cerritos College is a community college, which basically means that we offer the first 2 years of most academic programs that you find in a traditional university, and some programs that are focused on workforce development, meaning some programs that are only 2 years in length, and students have the opportunity to then join the workforce. Now, let's say that I'm an English major and I want to study English. So I go to Cerritos College. I will major in English. And after 2 years, once I complete my first 2 years of English, I then can transfer to, let's say, UCLA and complete my
Oh,
second 2 years of English. The beauty of this is the community colleges traditionally have much smaller classes than the classes that you find in a university,
oh.
have more personalized attention, meaning
Mm.
you can reach out your counselors a lot easier. You can speak with your professors a lot easier. You can access all services very easily because the time niche community, the community colleges do offer. And one of the most important factors, in addition to all the services that we provide to our students, is the cost. One
Yeah.
year of tuition in a community college is roughly $1,200 at most. Versus if you go to, let's say, UCLA, you could be looking upwards of $15,000, $20,000
Oh my.
for 1 year of classes. So you can begin your educational experience at Cerritos College, attend your first 2 years, just like you will see at a university. Same exact class, same exact curriculum, essentially,
Oh.
outcomes. And once you have all your degree put together, your first 2 years, we package it and we transfer it to the university of your choice, granted that you have met the requirements of admission. And not only do you have a really good academic preparation, but you save a significant amount of money.
That is really, a good point there. Here in the US, there's like a student loan. So if it's affordable, then we can probably avoid, the student loan because it kills the student in the future because instead of them um how do you say that, enjoy the fruits of their labor the first paycheck, then they have to save it because they have to pay the student loan. But saying that, I think, the parents can even help, like, okay, it is something that's doable, so maybe we can help. Cerritos College, is an expert in what specific field? Do you have anything like that or something like that?
Yeah, so so yes, there are universities that are well known for different things. So we're talking about engineering, and Cal Poly Pomona has a great program,
Oh.
and we do have a transfer agreement with Cal Poly Pomona. So students could come to our school and take the first 2 years, and then they go and complete their engineering program at Cal Poly Pomona. Um, so let's say theater. I know, for instance, UC Berkeley has a really good program, and we have transferred many students to UC Berkeley to that and other programs. So we do have transfer agreements with all the major universities, some of the Ivy Leagues, most of the private universities in our areas. So depending on the interest of the student, we do have a program that will fit their needs. So what we do is we put them in the best position as possible for them to be able to jump to that next 2 years or 3 years in the case of engineering, to complete their academic program at their university of choice. Some may say I'm doing engineering and I'm going to prefer Cal Poly Pomona, but some said I'm going to try for MIT. And both are possible. It's just, it requires a different pattern. So our area of specialization is just simply put the student in the best position to transfer. If we're talking about individual programs, we have, for instance, a really, really strong business program, psychology program, education program, in fact, or teacher preparation program is perhaps the best in the state. And we have a partnership with California State University, Long Beach, and our students get automatic transfer there if they choose to, because of the long connection that we have with them on these programs. Our teacher preparation program is an incredible program that is well known across the state, and I will say is perhaps the base on the state. If you go to a different area, for instance, on the workforce program, our automotive program, again, is the best in the area, one of the best in the state. So the students usually get hired before they even complete their programs. Our welding program is also incredible. So we have different areas of expertise depending of the interest of the student. But if you have to say what are we best at, I will say positioning the student to reach their full potential, whether it is joining the workforce or transferring to their institution of choice after completing their studies with us.
And there's one thing, Dr. Fierro, because like what I've said, I've been to your campus several times for an event, and I've tasted the food that your chefs and your culinary students made. They are so good. But the only thing is that they can only cook within the campus, right? They cannot cater outside. You have the best chef in your culinary, I don't know, department, how who you say that. But it's really good. So if there's anyone out there who would like to try the culinary, don't go far anymore. You don't have to go far because Cerritos College offers that. And I'm not being paid to get to promote that. I'm just saying that I've tried it. I can prove you that. So how is Cerritos College doing your part, doing your best in order to still provide the best education for your students, knowing that we cannot or they cannot be physically in your campus?
Well, yes, we continue to be on the pandemic, and it has lasted a long time. Fortunately, we have prepared for it. And before I even said everything that we have done, I have to recognize the incredible work that our faculty, our staff, our administrators, the board of trustees have done over the last year. They have been just incredible to work with, and every conversation we have, yes, we do have a lot of ideas. They come back and forth, but it's always one thing that we have in common, that is how we provide the best services for our students. And as I said, I have to recognize the incredible work that our faculty, staff, administrators, administrators at Cerritos College have done. They have been nothing short of extraordinary to work with during these difficult times. So, with that said, our faculty, staff, and administrators just literally turned the college around in a week. We began our planning process to move online late February, early March, and by the time the governor order came down, we were about to close. We had already made a decision, we had a plan, and we were transitioning, and everyone did an incredible job. I have to say that our faculty converting classes from face to online in a very short period of time was an incredible task, but they made it with the best of their abilities, and the product and the result was good. I'm not going to say that we didn't struggle, because we did, but the struggle didn't feel as difficult working with them, because there was always someone willing to find a solution and try something different to serve the students better. So we're able to offer all of our services online. There are some classes, obviously, and some of our programs that cannot be offered online, but we did bring those programs to campus on their very strict protocols. So we haven't had many incidents of COVID-19 on campus, or our team has been really good about following the guidelines, implementing all the safety procedures, and as a result, we have been able to offer many of our courses on campus, but everything else is being offered remote, with most of our employees working from home, and that within itself, as you probably know, is quite difficult. You know, your childcare issues, your normal life that is just upside down while you're trying to work. And everyone has done an incredible job doing that. So I'm very appreciative for the work that everyone at Cerritos College has done for us to navigate this pandemic. And now we're finding ourselves on the conversation of how we reopen. As the numbers change in LA County, and things started to look better, now we're starting to think, okay, how we expand the offerings to our students. So to that end, we recently sent a survey to all of the Cerritos College students, asking them for some of their preferences, their access to internet, whether or not they wanted to continue online, maybe a hybrid format, or come back to campus. And I'm looking forward to look at that survey and try to align what we offer currently with what they want to see going forward as we continue to battle our way through this pandemic.
So apart from education, I think right now globally, and we're not just talking about our situation, but everyone's situation around the world, that the most important for now is not the job, not the education, but our health. We need to survive this pandemic because, you know, it is fatal. And, we want to be with our families. We still want to continue to live our dreams. We still want to continue our education. We can only do that if we stay healthy and safe. But we also thank Cerritos College for doing your good part in the outreach, especially that you also have this drive by. How do you say that? Like the pick up of all the goods that you share with all the
A food drive.
families that are in need of groceries, and those are helping a lot of families. And thank you so much to Cerritos College. It's a big help to the community.
Thank you. We have had the opportunity to conduct a number of food drives since the pandemic began, and recently we reached nearly 22,000 families that we have been able to feed during the pandemic.
Wow.
So it has been a really good job in partnership with the um, LA Regional Food Bank
Mm-hmm.
and many volunteers on campus. We have had the opportunity to partner with many people in the community, many volunteers, and everyone goes and helps out to ensure that those families that need the support get it.
Wow. So that's a big help because it's all free. They just need to be in there and just follow the simple instruction, So just be there on time, and then just wait for your turn, and then the same pack of goods or groceries will be given to you, to everyone. Like, I know there's a cutoff, but I mean, there's a time frame. Just be in that time frame, and you could have the boxes you need for your grocery, boxes of groceries for your families, and it's a big help. So it's, at this time of pandemic, we need a lot of help that we can get. Dr. Fierro, any message to everyone, to the parents, to the teachers, or to, the community?
I guess my message right now is mostly on trying to be patient as we return back to normal. I think at this point, we are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The LA County cases have been getting lower and lower, and that is great news. But we're not done yet. So it is important to stay vigilant, to continue to maintain all the social distancing protocols, all the protocol, and continue to follow all the protocols from the CDC and the Public Health Department, so we can get faster to that recovery point that we all want. So that is one. And the other one, if you're a student, stick to it. We're almost done. And if you need help, reach out. If you're a Cerritos College student and you need help, and you don't know who to contact me. Um, and I will be sure to put you in contact with the correct individual so you do get the support that you need. Staying in college right now, it will pay off in the future. Suspending your education right now will make it more complicated as you move through the recovery. Remember, we're starting to enter into an economic recession in some areas of the labor market. So being prepared, being qualified to do something else will make your chances of surviving and going faster in the uphill of the recovery. So just stay focused, try to do your best. If you need help, ask for it. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. It is not a sign of weakness. It's actually quite the opposite. The strong people ask for help. That's
Yes.
why they're strong.
Hmm. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Fier. And it's a good thing to know that we also incorporate some educational topics in the channel. It's very important. College is the preparation for the future, right, Dr. Fierro? So,
Absolutely. That is the way of the future.
mhm. Thank you so much. And praying for everyone, and also praying for Cerritos College to, to remain in service, especially in the community, in providing good education, and also reaching out to the community for, assistance. But thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and take care there. So it's
Thank
time
you
to
very much
say,
for the
yeah.
invitation, Ina.
Yes, and it's time to say bye to our viewers now, Dr. Fierro. I hope that you can join me as we say, I always tell our viewers to always stay positive, be prayerful at all times, be thankful for all the blessings, big and small. So, God bless everyone. We love you so much. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. It's good to be here with you.